Forget-me-not. Once upon a time, there lived a fairy queen Eva of the Garden of Edenia, who had a daughter named Narcissa. Narcissa was very beautiful. With green eyes and red hair, her beauty was something that she was extremely proud of. Narcissa, along with the other fairies, would spend most of their time in the garden. In the middle of this elegant garden lied a little lake, covered with a beautiful bed of water lilies and lotuses that floated on the water. Many fairies sitting on the lilies would admire their reflections and sing,
"Goldfish, oh goldfish that lives in the lake, who'll be the prize for the most beautiful take?"
And one by one, the heads of the goldfish would rise out of the water and they would sing,
"Beautiful fairies under the bright blue skies, with red hair and green eyes, Narcissa takes the prize."
Narcissa would love hearing her praise and song resonating through the jungle as she sat by the lake every day combing her hair. The other fairies, sprites, and the animals and the birds of the jungle were mesmerized by her beauty. And with time, this made her very arrogant and conceited. One day, after Narcissa went on her usual journey to the lake, Queen Eva was sitting in the palace garden, looking at the little forget-me-not flowers. So pretty did they look, with beautiful blue petals, and with a sigh she said,
Oh, fairy mother of all, how I wish I had another tiny blue-eyed daughter as modest and sweet as those flowers to comfort me.
Within moments, a pretty little butterfly fluttered into her room. And with a bright flash, a little baby with bright blue eyes and beautiful blonde hair was on the bed.
Oh my, the fairy mother of all has fulfilled my wish. Aren't you an adorable little one? You have such beautiful blue eyes. I shall name you Forget-me-not, just like the beautiful blue-petaled flower.
And that's what she was named. Little Forget-me-not grew up into a modest and sweet fairy, and unlike her sister, loved spending time with her mother, taking care of her. She also loved her sister dearly, despite the fact that Narcissa did not feel the same way about her. Narcissa always made sure Forget-me-not would never leave the house, so that people do not get to see her true beauty.
Do not leave the Palace of Edenia ever. You are unaware of the evil magic that lies out there.
Forget-me-not was always obedient and did whatever her sister asked of her. And her mother never stopped Narcissa from lying, for she feared that, like her sister, she too would be obsessed with her looks. One day, as Forget-me-not was playing around in the garden, she caught sight of a gorgeous butterfly flying around.
"Oh, how lovely! That is the most beautiful butterfly I have ever seen."
The little butterfly was as blue as the sky, with little golden spots on it. She went up to it trying to get a good look at the butterfly. Forget-me-not went after the butterfly, mesmerized by its beauty, unaware of the fact that the butterfly had now crossed the gates of Edenia and was now going into the forest. She kept following the butterfly until she reached the lake.
Almost there, and I got you!
Huh? Where did it go?
Just as she looked around, the goldfish slowly swam out of the water, forming a circle around her, and in unison they sang,
Among all the creatures in the jungle, within the trees that stand tall, Forget-me-not with lovely blue eyes is the fairest of them all.
Everyone in the jungle surrounded her in awe of her beauty. While she was totally amazed by everyone and everything around her, she suddenly realized that her mother might be worried about her and ran from the lake.
Mother!
As poor little Forget-Me-Not ran through the forest in haste, she fell down a hole. Down she went into a never-ending tunnel as she cried for help until she fell unconscious. When she woke up, she was surprised to find herself in a garden with trees and flowers of very strange shapes and sizes.
Where am I? This place is so strange.
Forget-Me-Not wandered around the strange forest until she came upon a magnificent glass palace where she saw a witch walking around.
Oh, excuse me, ma'am? I am Forget-Me-Not. I had fallen down a deep tunnel and landed here. I just want to go home. Please, can you help me?
Help you? No. Why would I help you? You are of no use to me.
Oh, I can be of great use to you. I can sew and cook and clean, whatever you like. Just if you could help me get back home.
The evil witch was intrigued at her proposal of being her servant.
Very well. You can serve me for some time, whenever you are summoned, and once I feel like I am no longer in need of your service, I shall help you get back home.
Okay, that would be all right.
I have one more condition, that while you are here, you must take the form of a bat during the day, as no pretty creatures are allowed to be near my son, for I fear he will fall in love with them and leave me. Once he is asleep, you shall take your original form once again.
With a little bit of hesitation, she agreed to the witch's terms. The witch cast a spell on her, and within moments, she turned into a little blue-eyed bat.
Now, go and get the beds ready. My son will soon want to rest for the night.
Forget-Me-Not nodded, and as she flew through the hall, at a distance, she saw the handsomest prince she had ever seen, eating at the dining table all alone. Forget-Me-Not stopped and looked at him in awe.
That is my son, Prince Felix.
Ah, where did you come from?
I'm a witch, remember? Now go on. The beds won't make themselves now, will they?
Yes, ma'am.
As she made her way to the bedroom, she overheard the prince sadly speak to his mother.
Mother, could I please go out tomorrow? I really want to explore the world.
No, son. As I have told you earlier, I cannot afford to lose you. I fear that if you go outside, you will leave me.
For the next few days, she served the witch and rested along with the other bats, thinking about the lonely prince's condition. This made her sad, for she wished to save him. Just then, another bat next to her said,
Hello there. My name is Fang, and I can hear your thoughts. You know, I could take you up to his room where you could see him.
Oh, that would be marvelous. All I want to do is leave him a wreath of Forget-Me-Nots.
Well, meet me tonight, and I shall take you there.
And so, later that night, she met Fang in the garden, and they flew up to the prince's bedroom where they saw him sleeping. She placed a wreath of Forget-Me-Nots next to him and looked at him lovingly, and with that, quietly ran from the room.
Oh, you're in love with him, aren't you?
Oh, keep quiet.
Early the next morning, Felix woke up with the vivid memory of what felt like a beautiful dream to him.
That was unusual, huh? It was not a dream? She is an actual angel. I must go and find the blue-eyed angel who gave me this wreath at once.
Determined to find the blue-eyed angel, Prince Felix rode out of the crystal gates and into the forest for the first time in his life.
I know she will be nowhere near my mother's palace, so I will have to look quite far from here.
Felix rode through the forest and fields, past the river searching for the blue-eyed fairy of his dreams. At last, he stopped by the lake where he saw a beautiful cluster of forget-me-nots which reminded him of her blue eyes. Just then, Narcissa, who was sitting on a water lily, sad and dejected, said,
Who is the fairest of the fair?
Although Narcissa is very pretty, Forget-me-not far from here is more beautiful than she.
Really? And where is Forget-me-not right now?
She is quite near you. Welcome, Forget-me-not, the fairest in the land.
Prince Felix looked around to find a blue-eyed bat fly up to Narcissa. She had seen the prince leave the palace and followed him all the way.
Oh, sister, it is me. I have turned into a bat. Please help me from this spell.
Envious of her sister, Narcissa was quite relieved to see her in the form of a bat, as she wanted to be the prettiest fairy in the land.
Why should I help you? Go away. Sister, but please.
As she said that, the stem of the water lily snapped, and she fell into the water. Hey, are you okay? And with a touch of magic, Forget-me-not was freed from the spell and returned to her true form as the blue-eyed fairy of his dreams. Forget-me-not explained everything that had happened to Felix, who was quite shocked when he learned about what his mother had been doing all this while.
How could she? I just can't believe it. I will never forgive her for this.
I know how you feel, but the only way you can be truly happy is if you forgive her and move on. And I know, sis, somewhere deep down inside, you do love me. I know this because I have the sweetest, most beautiful sister ever. Oh, forgive me, little sister. I have been so obsessed with myself that I did not think about you.
And so, the two sisters were finally united. Felix, too, spoke to his mother, who was truly ashamed of her behavior, and asked for his forgiveness.
Don't worry, Mother. I will always love you.
Prince Felix and Forget-me-not expressed their love for each other, and soon a grand wedding was held. And as for Narcissa, she had become very kind and modest, and Queen Eva was really proud of both her daughters.
Hey, so now you know how it's supposed to be. Don't think about your looks obsessively. It's always good to be modest and kind. Just speak the truth and don't you lie.